Hello everybody and welcome back to this tutorial, and let us finish up our directories.py program. So what we did for now on is we asked the target to specify, or the user to specify the URL. We opened our command.txt file containing additional directories, and for now on we only perform the creation of the full URL to test on. Right now we need to code this test function, or request function, pardon me. So we can just put it right here, request. It will take an input of the URL, and what this request function will do is it will basically try to connect to that specific URL. So it will try to actually requests.get, so we will perform a get request onto this URL specified in the actual function itself. But before we parse the URL, we need to also add the HTTP. So I will just show you right here, just specify it like this, HTTP, // and then close double quotes, and then plus the URL. Now the reason behind this is basically, for example, if user just copies this part right here, which doesn't contain HTTP, it will not be able to actually connect to that web server. So what we need to do is either the user of this program needs to specify in the raw input function the full URL with the HTTP // and or if they specify just this link right here, we need to add the HTTP ourselves to that code. So we will try this and we will accept if we get the error, so requests, and we will use the connection error. So if connection error appears, that means we weren't able to connect, which means that directory doesn't exist on the specified target. So exceptions dot connection error. And we will just pass in that case. We don't want to do anything else. And from this function, we actually want to return this, because we actually specified that the variable right here equals to this function from the specified URL. So we want to return the result or the response to the actual response function. And if this response function has something, so if response, then we want to print discover directory with the actual word that we specified right here. Now, why are we typing right here if response? Well, basically, if this doesn't work, this part right here, it will go to the accept and it will pass, which means nothing will be returned from this function to the actual response. So response will be actually containing nothing. So if response has something, then we print this. That's why we specify it like this. So print plus right here, and then discovered directory at this link, and then we can close the double quotes and plus the actual full underscore URL, which will be the URL containing the specified URL and also the added word. So right now let us test out this program. This is basically the entire program. So save this, close it right here. Let us chmod it, so chmod directories.py, and we want to run the directories.py. Enter target URL. So since we have specified in the program to already have the HTTP, right now all we want to add is 192.168.1.5 and then slash, and let's see what we can use. We can use basically, for example, this part right here, which is mutilde. I believe that is how you pronounce it, not really sure. So mutilde. Is that how you even actually type it? Let us check out. Okay, so we are missing a Y, not a Y, an I. So let us go right here. And that should be the URL. So let us press enter right here. Discover directory, this link. So we are discovering some additional directories. You can see classes, credits, documentation, footer, header, images, includes, installation, and bunch of others as well. So these are all the directories that actually exist. If we want to try out, we can just simply use these images, and let us go right here and just type images, and let's see where it leads us. And you can see it leads us on a specific directory containing different images on the Metasploit framework or on the Metasploitable machine. So we can also check something out right here. We can see the robots.txt, so we can just go right there and check if that one exists, robots.txt, press enter, and you can see right here that the robots.txt file exists on our metasploitable. So our program works well. We managed to code it to discover different directories. So let us just try on a different target before we actually quit. So let us go to, for example, let's not go right here. We can go to dvwa. So let us try with that one, directories.py, 192.168.1.5, dvwa. Press here enter, and we can see we already discovered one directory and two more, so it works for that directory as well. Any website you actually specify right here will find other directories that might actually be interesting to you, such as, for example, these passwords right here. So we will check that out in just a second. We can see there is a passwords directory in our metasploitable, and we can go right here in order to check it out. It is in the previous scan, so let us go right here and add passwords. Accounts.txt file is something that we found, and you can see we actually managed to find something interesting on our metasploitable. You have some Adrian, some password, and some different strings right here, some different accounts also containing different usernames and different passwords. So that would be about it for our directories.py. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you in the next tutorial where we will continue coding. Bye!